Hey, everybody. Talking about the 6th of July here, after the 4th of July Saturday, just a little bit, and then I did other things the rest of the day, and then the bigger Sunday, all the way through, start to finish, of that of getting up extra early, getting out extra early, doing two major events, then coming back home and having friends come over. Monday was a little bit more chill in the fact that I don't remember what I did on that particular day, but I spent some time in the morning probably editing if I had to guess. And then I got ready and then I went out in the evening and met up with my photographer friend. We went to a spot hoping to see. This is the same friend who's been nagging me about seeing the blue grosbeak for a few weeks. It's great. I hope we finally do see one just so that she gets to see one. And then I hope we just pick another bird and she continues to nag me about that because it's a fun little, like, well, where's this? And then I just need to find one to hit her back with so I can go, oh, well, you said we'd see this. In the meantime, we saw turkeys on this particular day, saw them on people's property as they were walking through. You got kind of the light lighting up. I'm wondering if the male and female, I did not look it up before this point, but I do wonder if all of that red on some of them, that one before, if that makes that one the male or if they just grow that sometimes. I don't know, but I thought that was a pretty cool photo. Unfortunately, it was behind a fence by that point. Here it is on some people's property. Turkeys are pretty cool. Similar turkey vultures are pretty cool, even when they're way up in the sky and it's really hot out. And it's, not the best photo, but it still counts as a turkey vulture. Thought that was cool. We saw a couple of things out there, not too much. There really was not a lot out on this particular hot Monday evening at the beginning of July, but we did our best. There was a point where we saw Western tanager. There's actually a pair of them. This is the female's butt because it had already gone. Could not get a photo of it. I was looking through the binoculars, identified it, pulled it up. She saw it more than I did and said with the red head. And I went, okay, I think I know what that is. And then I saw the female and I saw the male for a brief second, enough to go, okay, Western tanager. New one for me as of a month or two ago. Would have been new for her, but she could not get a photo of it. Unfortunately, this is the best that I got, which again is the back end of a female Western tanager, but enough where I was able to identify it, which is good because I had some trouble identifying other things like the Western wood pewee. I think this is probably the ninth or 10th time that I've been, oh, what's that? And I take a photo and then I get back and I identify it and I go, it's a Western wood pewee. I just am having some kind of block where I'm not identifying because this is also a Western wood pewee, apparently, according to Merlin. These are the same type of bird, but probably not the exact same bird because I think these are different branches. One's going down, one's going up, and they were taken at different points in the day. But then I also see this and go, that's clearly different. It should be. But I thought it was a Western wood pewee when I was looking back over these photos. No, it's got wing bars. It's more olive. It's definitely not. I'm having some trouble. I'm having some trouble. I can say that for sure. I also thought this was a mourning dove. Now, to be fair, that one's a lot more subtle. You can't really tell until you can see the back of the neck. I couldn't tell it all in person. It's only during the editing process here where I go, oh, that's actually a Eurasian collared dove, not the mourning dove. Look, I got a lot to learn, but we were also out there taking pictures of a catbird. Thought that was cool. The gray catbird, not the best photo of it on the rocks, but I still saw it. It still counts. And the best part about, I think, going with a photographer is that it really does. I clearly, without realizing it, have been singularly focused into kind of a rut and just being around another photographer who is more starting out and yet getting better photos than I am. I'm not jealous. Has that natural born talent and doing really well is helping me see things. For example, we were doing landscape as well. Wasn't a whole lot of birds out. Very pretty landscape. This place is great. I've been here before. I've been here. This was one of the places that after I met last year with people and they recommended me come to this place, I did make it out 2 or 3 times. I even put on the camera and recorded an entire walk down the length of this is just a road people live off of, but it's a great place to see birds. And the landscape is beautiful. And this is the kind of photo that I would take on my own. If I hadn't thought about it, I was just like, this is cool. You've got kind of a whole quadrant of the sky, and then there's all this rocky outcropping along the left-hand side and some green. It's a big mix of everything, and the road kind of curving off. It's very pretty. And then she went, oh, but also vertical. Oh, yeah, vertical exists, huh? Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. This actually frames a bit better vertically because it's clearly oriented the way, like, I just don't ever think about that. I don't know why. I am much more of a horizontal picture taking, but It turned out great, and I'm glad I did. And I would not have thought about it had I not seen her see this, compose it better than I did, and go, this should be a vertical shot. Well, it was, and it was great. I also went back to horizontal to take a picture of this. I haven't seen like the rocky formations like this since I think Wyoming. I've been here multiple times and just not paid. I've seen them and been like, that's cool, and not really stopped to take a photo of them with the greenery of everything that's around until this point. So it's really, really useful and kind of helping me reframe and think about things again in photography terms as opposed to just bird photography, which is what I've been so focused on doing. Right there as we were going down, and I carry a second camera on me to do all of this. I haven't been doing that for a while now, but I did start doing that and, equipped myself with two cameras so I could do a landscape shot. I just have to remember to do them. And so I did this, and I thought this was pretty cool. The gradient of the sky, the sun as it's getting ready to set. I didn't get too much detail in the dark parts of the image, but I'm okay with that. I also backed up after taking that and went, wait, let me frame it up. This can count as a kind of landscape shot, as I talked about in, I think, yesterday's video or 2 days ago. I've been trying to recategorize the way that I'm taking photos and you know, getting birds in different environments, behaviors, things like that. This would be a landscape shot of the swallows. I know the type of swallow because I took a picture of them there as well. I can tell this is the violet green swallow. The white goes up and around the eye. If we got any color out of it, we would see that it's green through here, but we really can't because of the sky's blown it out. But I know that that's what was on the wire because I took that photo moments before. So I did both of those, which is fun that depending on which lens you're doing and which camera, you can get the sky looking like this, or you can put a UV filter on your camera. Or no, this is an ND filter, point it directly there. I don't think I did a long exposure. I should have done a long exposure. I would have gotten nice fluffy clouds there. Um, Although the birds could have moved. That would be the only downside to doing something like that. Also need the tripod and the timer and to set the whole thing up and then to like, it's possible. And I should be doing that more because I like what it looks like when I do photos like this. It's cool. It's good. I'm really happy about all the things that have happened that lined up to this point, and I'm really glad I've made some friends and I'm able to go out and do this. I feel very, very lucky to get to do this. I'm super happy and cool. Look at that. I didn't even check out that. If you zoom in, like the haze coming out, like it's almost this glow from the backside of this. I don't think I added that. I definitely didn't manually add that in post processing. It is possible that got added accidentally by raising up some of the other levels, but like I think that's just a fact of the light hitting everything here. That is really cool. I did not notice that until right now. I like this photo. That's great. All right. That's it. Bye, everybody.